so funny. You just walked across. There's a
I
delay.
was like, that was a good way to tell, what the delay is.
Yeah, exactly. There,
Oh my God, that is like really a delay. I'm already sitting
it
down.
is. It's a big delay.
Oh, interesting. That's good to know. I take virtual classes here all the time, and I never really thought
It's
about it.
interesting if you look at hi. If you look at the Union and you look at YouTube, like one on your phone,
Oh, you can like
YouTube is
really.
right away is live time, and that's delayed. It's
Interesting.
very strange.
Yeah, I just like realized that they've been like streaming on YouTube,
I know.
but I'm like, it's good to know.
It's like I said, it's just a little bit different experience. This is probably better quality, but
Oh, that makes sense. All right.
hey, Beck.
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, Robin. How are you? What are you doing this weekend?
Just chilling out.
Yeah. Nice. I had I, I actually named him as Mr. Chives that I had since 1994. He used to be in a window box right out of my kitchen, and he came back every year, and he just died. He got covered with aphids, and the aphids killed. And I went out and I looked at him, and he was like just covered with aphids, and I tried to spray it, and he died, and I'm very upset. So, but I got another chives next to he's Junior Chives. He's Mr. Junior Chives. I know. It was weird. It like it come up in it would always come up in like March, and then it would snow on it, and then he'd always survive everything. The damn bugs got him.
What's up, y'all? You able to hear me and stuff? Awesome, thank you. Anything you want me to teach?
When you teach cat-cow, can you cue it from the hips? You know what I mean?
Like, what's the action?
I'm trying to figure out, like, oftentimes when I'm cueing it, I'm like, press your stomach down, and I'm cueing it from here. But I think I want to figure out what it looks like to cue it more from, like, pelvis.
So I cue it from sit bones.
Okay, then do that, and then I will just write it down.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What's up, y'all? Anything you want to do today? Core. Anyone else? Just core.
Twisting.
Upper back? Okay. Twists? Okay. Pigeon? Okay. Okay. So the biggest thing to think of when you're talking about getting your upper back to extend, and we're just talking neutral extension, so like Tadasana, is going to be to pull your shutters closed, right? And then there's this action of like, the idea is this is back, this is in, and then I got to stretch my spine this way. Like if there was a string attached to my sternum, I'm pulling this way. And that's how I start to get nice and tall here. But it's the shutters pulling in that are going to hit me right here and get that good lift out of my thoracic spine, right? This wants to happen. This is too crunched, right? So I got to come up tall. And then when I come up tall, what's the opposite of that? This, right? So I got to keep an even balance, like an engagement here. Could it be too much? Yes. Can it be not enough? Yes. Right? You got to find where that sweet spot is. You hear me cue that like I always say, the car has 5 gears, right? And it has a full gas pedal. So with every gear, you get the full gas pedal. So you got to know not just to be in second gear, but it's second gear with just a little bit of gas. Or maybe it's second gear hammered to the floor. It's not always 5th gear pedal to the metal, right? That's not how we're going to move. You got to find where's that engagement going to be. That's like every pose. There can always be too much. There can always be not enough, right? You have to be able to work both sides. And we have like antagonistic muscles, muscles that fight against, right? You want that. You need that. Otherwise, what we think of my bicep and my tricep, it happens to work out here, that these work against it. It's not always just the other side in your body, especially in the hips. But here in this instance, right, as this muscle is shortening, this muscle's lengthening. So it keeps some tension here. Otherwise, it would go boing, right? There's no resistance to help kind of balance that out. Same thing when my arm's going out. It's keeping tension here. Otherwise, it's boing. That's like, I was talking about this yesterday. That's like everything of Soma. That's exactly what I teach. Eccentric engagement. How to keep that muscle on, right? Here it's short, it's easy to hold on. But how do I keep it on when my arm's going out? See, I still got to be able to hold tension in that muscle, even though it's lengthening. That's an eccentric engagement. That's a lot harder than it seems, right? It seems kind of easy, but it's not. It's challenging because that muscle is like, oh, you're done with me? Path of least resistance, I'm going to let go. But it can't, otherwise it's just going to boing, right? So you got to keep that connection in through. So the easiest way to tap into any of these feelings are squeezing the muscle to bone, right? Hugging in, and then feeling what it's like as you take it through its action. But go slow, because the slower you go, the more you're going to be able to feel. The faster you go, the more it just becomes momentum, right? And we're not hanging on to that. It's kind of just like we're just moving through. So the slower, the better. And I talk about that all the time, right? What will be the pace? Your breath, right? If your breath is, we're going to count it out shortly. If it takes 2 seconds to inhale, then that's how long we want to move through a pose. 2 seconds to exhale, how long we want to move through a pose. We ready? And then we'll get into some twists. We did some twists last week, I think, so we could touch on some of that. Core, I'll put a bunch of different core things in there so we can kind of fire up a little bit. All right, here we go. Take a nice seat. Close the eyes. Sit up nice and tall here. So lean back a little bit. Feel those sit bones root. And then feel that energy start to work up the spine. Those muscles are starting to ignite when you lean back. When you lean forward, the shoulders want to round forward and the belly wants to crunch and the chin is falling to the floor, and those muscles are unengaged. But as soon as you lean back that little bit and sit up tall, you start to feel them. Remember, for all of us, those muscles are a little bit deficient because of what we do all day. We're so front body. We're so in the phone and we're so on the computer. Everything's in front of us. Here, we're asking that back body to tap in a little bit deeper. So it might be a little more challenging. Those muscles might feel like they get tired quick. That's okay. You just take another breath, reset the foundation, re-engage them, and express the best that you can. Next inhale, let the arms lift. Bring the fingertips, the knuckle pads, the root. The heels of the hands lightly touch. And now we bring that breath to that space between our palms. And we say it travels to our heart. And from our heart back out in front of us. So the heart is going to give us those intentions to dive in a little deeper. In the breath, that dive is to listen to yourself breathe. To slow down the beginning of the inhale and push more on into the exhale. Or what we just talked about, to count out the breath. So if the inhale's 2 or 3 seconds, make the exhale the same 2 or 3 seconds. We're going to use that as we then start to move through our postures. When we would come into our plank from downward dog, we're going to come forward for the 2 seconds, or however long the breath is. As we lower into that chaturanga for the 2 seconds, or however long the breath is. And here, one time together, to initiate our practice. Together, the sound of Om. Deep breath in. We softly bow our head to our hearts, our heads to each other's hearts. Inhale, lift the head, open the eyes, release the hands. Okay, let's spin around to child's pose. What's up? So we're going to start toes touch, knees are wide. Knees are wide to the edges of your mat. Arms are up overhead. Pointer fingers are straight forward or turned out a little bit. Now, here, we're going to do a little more of an energized child's pose. So we're going to start activating the arms. So start to hug the hands in, lift the forearms up off the mat, lift the inner biceps up. Yep. When you lift those inner biceps up, you should feel the shoulders move out away from your neck. The misalignment is the outsides of the arms lift and the shoulders squeeze the neck. We don't want that. We're going to try to lift the inner biceps so we get broad and open in the upper back and the chest. Tall in the side body, so from hip to armpit. Now slide your head back, like throat to the ceiling, so your forehead's off the mat. Yeah, now we're activating the muscles in the neck, the cervical spine. We're working that upper back, that thoracic spine. And then soften your belly down or your chest towards the mat that little bit. And you'll start to feel a light little peel, bless you. And then look forward, walk the hands to the right side of the mat. Open up that left side body. So we're peeling from the hip up the side body. What happened here? Now keep rooting the sit bone to the heel. Inhale, come back to center. When you're ready, walk your hands to the left. So you got to root the right sit bone to the right heel. And then you want to breathe up that right side body. QL is going to be right above the pelvis. You're going to feel intercostals, or the muscles between your ribs. You're going to feel the lat on the middle upper part of your back. I don't know computers, but I know how to get the music to work and with the chord, right? That I could figure out. Come back to center, soften down the middle. Next inhale, come up, all fours, hands and knees. Hands are an inch or two in front of your shoulders, knees are an inch or two behind your hips. Toes are curled. Start to hug the hands into the midline. Start to hug the forearms in. Start to squeeze the biceps. So now all that energy coming up the arms. You're going to feel it root into the shoulders and the chest and the upper back. Sweep the inner heels out. Hug the shins in. You're going to feel the energy pull up into the hips. Belly to spine. Shutters close. If you're not sure where your shutters are, right here, bottom of your ribs, the shutters want to blow open. You've got to close the shutters. Now slide the throat towards the ceiling. This is low mountain. I do this with you all the time, right? You should be starting to, those muscles are starting to quiver a little bit. That's how much hugging in. That's called an isometric engagement, when you hug muscle to bone without movement. Now keep the side bodies getting nice and tall here from hips to armpit. We want the space. Now cat-cow. Inhale, arch the back, lift the sit bones, reach through the crown of the head. Exhale, round the back. Look to your belly, lengthen your sit bones towards your heels or the backs of your knees. Inhale, arch, your exhale, round. Now move with the breath. Here's that linking thing. Remember the 2 seconds for the inhale? How long it's going to take to arch. 2 seconds to exhale, how long it's going to take to round. To get into your cervical spine, your neck or your thoracic spine, your upper back, you're going to look to your belly a little bit deeper. To get to your lumbar spine, you're really going to lengthen those sit bones to the backs of the knees, and you're going to feel that low back open up. On the inhale, you feel the heads of the arm bones root deep into the shoulder sockets, and you feel the sit bones blossom or open. One more, and then we'll come to that neutral position, so find that flat back. Now, build that all fours up because we're going to use this, right? We need to set this strong foundation. When you're ready, right arm up, left leg back, come in spinal balance. Thumb points up, toes point down. Now, we're not looking for engagement of the low spinal erectors here. We're looking for extension out of the hip. So only have your toes off the floor about like maybe 4 to 6 inches. Exhale, lower. Left arm up, right leg back. See, this is not what we're looking for. This is crunching my lumbar spine. We're looking for this. Extension out of the hip. Yeah, now reach back out of the heel. Reach forward out of the fingertips, forward out of the crown of the head. Exhale, lower. Right arm up, left leg back. When you lift, lift from the inner upper edge of the forearm and the inner upper edge of the thigh. It'll help keep everything a little more square. Exhale, lower. Left arm up, right leg back. Not just reaching back. Not just reaching forward, but even side to side. Feel the rib cage expanding to the side walls. Exhale, lower. Now put it with your breath. Inhale, right arm up, left leg back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, left arm up, right leg back. Exhale, lower. Keep it going. Kick that heel like you're pushing through the back wall, like there's a leg press behind you. And you're forcing that leg back. That's the extension. Extension's like the hardest thing for the hip to do. It seems like it should be easy because we stand up, but it's not. The easiest for it to do is external rotation. Then abduction, then extension. But this is the challenge. We started on the right arm and the left leg, finished with the left arm and right leg, come to a neutral position, so find that flat back again. Take the right hand behind the head. Inhale is going to take the elbow to the sky. Exhale takes it across to the eye of the left elbow. Inhale takes it up to the sky. Exhale takes it across the body. Keep it going. We'll do 7 on the right, and then we can swap the hands, and we'll do 7 on the left. Now, as you're taking the right elbow to the sky, drive the right knee down into the yoga mat. Because remember, twists happen above the waist. If that knee gets light and that hip lifts, that's below the waist. We don't want that. After your 7, lower that right hand down. Take a breath. When you're ready, left hand to the back of the head. The inhale takes the elbow to the sky, and the exhale takes it across the body. Move with your breath. So remember the 2-second thing, or whatever, however long, 3 seconds. That's how long it takes to take the elbow to the sky. And then another 3 seconds to take it across the body. You hear me say it's like almost like slow motion, right? It feels like that, but it's really you just being in rhythm with your breath. Your breath sets that tempo. Then after you're 7, lower the left hand down. Take a couple breaths. That's solid, low mountain. If I try to come up to you and move, like I try to come up and move Trina, she's going nowhere, right? That's how much energy she's got. She's fired up, hugging muscle to bone. Then step back to plank. Shoulders are on top of the wrist crease and you're reaching out of your heels. Now lift the hips, come to downward dog. That'll be your distance now. So we measured out how far our feet should be back in downward dog through our plank. We're going to put that together in a vinyasa shortly, right? So we want to make sure that all this moves together. As compared to coming forward in plank and then having to take your feet back. You don't want to do that. You want to come forward in plank, your feet stay right where they're at, and you're going to lower in chaturanga. Now, if you like to move your feet, go for it, right? This is never a demand. This is always an offering. But that's what's making things optimal, efficient. You always hear me say, this shit is hard enough, right? We're not trying to waste anything. We're not wasting any of our energy. First downward dog, bend the knees a little bit, soften that dog. Yeah, pedal, swivel, wiggle a little bit. Take a look at the hands, make sure they're nice and set and rooting down. Take a look at those knees, see which way they're tracking. We want the kneecaps straight forward. So if you draw a line from your second toe, it should go to the middle of your ankle, right up into your knee, right up into your hip. Come to neutral. Next inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale back to downward dog. Inhale comes forward to plank. Exhale back to downward dog. Keep it going. So now we're taking the hip from flexion in downward dog to extension in plank. And then back to flexion. So we're moving the hip back and forth here. Dynamic movements really help muscles release. That's why I do these with y'all. A little different than some of the static holds that we have sometimes. One more. And then on that next inhale, lower chaturanga. From plank, lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Take 3 nice breaths. Wherever you want to go. You want to stay low, stay low. You want to come up high, come up high. But everybody, squeeze your shoulder blades towards your midline, like you're squeezing the marshmallow, and then take the shoulders down away from your ears. And then when you're ready, back to chaturanga or lower your chest, push up through plank, back to downward dog.
In Cobra, you look forward, not up.
I look forward in Cobra. You can look up. It's not a right or wrong. It's whatever feels better in your neck. I like to look forward because that gives me extension of the cervical spine, so lengthen my neck. Exhale, lower your knees, sit back on your heels, Vajrasana. Take your hand behind your head this way. The bump here is called your occipital. That's the hinge. So take your hand here. Now take your other thumb on your chin. Now draw your chin to your chest and draw your hand up. That's lengthen your neck. This is where I do my Cobra. Some of us look up like this, right? If you do look up, exhale, release, swap side 2. If you do look up, here's where the hinge is. So listen to my voice. You'll hear my throat won't close. Nothing will change if I work at the occipital. But if I look up here, low in that cervical spine, hear my voice change, that means I closed my throat. You want to hinge up here. Exhale, release. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands down, all fours. Take a breath. Come on, let's try it. Step back to plank, and then make your way back to downward dog. So being that I know, like this is the sneaky therapeutic shit that I tell you all about, right? That I throw in here. Being that I know that our heads hang forward all day, right? And the stress that puts on the neck, that's why I kind of take that throat back and look for extension in that pose as compared to looking up. But it's what feels good in your body. Here we go. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra, 3 nice breaths. So now feel where you want to go. Is it the chin down, throat back, or is it looking up, but making sure we're looking up at that occipital? And then back to chaturanga or lower your chest, push up through plank, back to downward dog. Reach the right leg straight back, step it through, lunge. Nice and high in the fingertips of the blocks. Front knee is stacked up on top of the ankle and in line with the second toe, so the one next to your big toe. Back thigh, the top of the thigh is lifting up, strong. But the top of the right thigh is softening down. Start dragging that back foot forward, bring that left hip forward like you're hugging to the inside of your right thigh. Pull that pelvic floor up. Pull the belly in. Pull the shutters closed. Heart's lifting. Throat's back. Gaze out in front of the mat. Reach through the crown of the head as you inhale. Come up, Virabhadrasana 1 crescent. This is my space.
I know. That's why I moved up.
See the X?
Yeah, I got it.
Don't make them get the tape back out. Now coming to that lead knee. That tape really bothered y'all, man. It did. It didn't. It was upsetting though. You're like, tape gone. All right, here we go. Pull the belly in. Pull the shutters closed. If you want to move back, man, go right back there. Yep. You got the sunspot. Now curl back. Yep, one more breath. Exhale the hands down. Step back. Downward dog. You all right back there? If you don't feel comfortable, you can come up front too. Wherever you want to go. Cool. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through. Lunge. Yeah, make sure we step through hips width apart. Don't go too narrow. Because if we're too narrow, when we come up into that Vira 1, right, the balance is going to be off. We want to get the foundation set up, right? Solid. The foundation is what you can then build off of. So we take a couple breaths. We start pushing down. We start hugging in front to back and side to side. We keep that back heel sweeping out. That's going to help draw that right hip forward. And then we start working from that pelvic floor right on up to that crown chakra. And then inhale, come up, Vira 1 crescent. Go beyond the crown. Reach up out of your thumbs. You're going to feel the backs of the arms ignite here. Now curl back into that pose. Yeah, don't let the knee come with you, so keep bending into it. And then let the back of the heart lift up through the front of the chest. Yes. One more breath. Exhale the hands down, step back, downward dog. Nice, y'all. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Exhale, lower back to chaturanga or lower your chest. Push up through plank, back to downward dog. Look forward, bend your knees, step or jump between your hands, swing your arms up, big reach. Draw that belly and lengthen those sit bones down. Keep reaching up. Maybe curl back a little bit. When you curl back, it's right underneath the shoulder blades, and the back of the heart lifts up through the front of the chest. So we're going up and back, not back and down. If you're deep, let the inhale come up. Exhale, take that right hand behind your back, left hand to your elbow. Push your head back into that forearm. Yep, so you can stand up kind of straight here, straight as you can. Don't let the hips come forward. Keep them back. Yep. Exhale, release. Inhale the arms. Yep. Exhale, swap side too. And then that little bit of drawing the fingers up. Like this stretches beyond this tricep, right? It's all down here. It's all this stuff here. Especially this lat. Exhale, release. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Now the spine is straight here, and you can feel that work happening between the shoulder blades, north to south, so from your head to your butt. That's the spine extending. As compared to your belly crunching, that's flexion. And now, drag your fingers back towards your toes, and you're going to keep feeling your spine peel forward, and then go ahead and fold into the pose. If you want to work the upper back more today, work the half fold. So you just inhale, look forward, and then you can work that upper back. Yeah.
You could do that with every breath. You can inhale, look forward, and then you could exhale, fold. And as you look forward, you do a couple things. You charge the legs, you lengthen the spine, you make space, and then you get to fold into the pose a little bit deeper. Sometimes you hear me say, I call that like being active in your posture, or being more dynamic, as compared to being a little more static. It's not a right or wrong. It's just wherever you want to play. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, place the hands, step the right leg back, lunge. Inhale, come up, Virabhadrasana 1. Right hand goes all the way, crescent, yep, right hand goes all the way across the body, bring it to the outside of the thigh. Let the left hand meet, Anjali Mudra. Push the hands together, the energy is going to run through the upper trunk. Now twist and open. Yeah, open the left side of the chest. You want to extend the arms? Go for it. Left, the outside, so you take the back of the hand to the outside of that left foot, left hand to the sky. Inhale, come back to that warrior 1. Exhale the hands down, step forward. Keep the knees bent. Now when you reach that left leg back, reach out of the heel. There's that extension out of the hip again. And then the inhale comes up into that Vira 1. Then the left hand reaches all the way across. So we got to get the side body long on this left side. Now we could twist with space. When the right hand pushes together to the left, you use that energy to then be able to twist open a little bit deeper. And then if you want to go further, it's the backs of fingernails towards the outside of that right heel. Right hand reaches up to the sky, maybe even look up. Inhale, come back to that warrior 1. Nice, y'all. Exhale the hands down. Step forward, swing the arms up, big reach. Right hand grabs that left wrist. Take that side bend. If you want to play with the balance, plug the right leg up. The hip goes to the left. You take this side bend to the right. So you're going to root from hip to heel, and you're going to peel from the hip up the side body. Inhale, come back up. Swap the hands and the foot. So you just plug that left leg up, but you keep adducting or hugging into the midline. And then the hip's going to settle to the brick wall just a little bit. So now you can peel against it. You're going to reach towards the wall with the window and the door. Pull the belly in. Pull the shutters closed. Take the head and the throat back. Take the arms back. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. Forward fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Yeah. That's the micro bend in the knee. No, you had it. Yeah, you're good. Yeah. Yeah. I also see a little rotation in your thigh there. Yeah. No, you're not. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, place the hands, step or jump back. Downward dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Exhale, lower back to chaturanga or lower your chest. Go slow. Remember that breath thing? 2 or 3 seconds. Push back, downward dog 2 more times. Work through your vinyasa. Yeah, don't go fast. We're not running, right? So our breath is not slow still. It's up a little bit from before, but not much. If we were talking heart rates, we're probably not, we might be hitting 90, right? We might be in that low range. We're not up there yet. So keep your pace smooth and slow. Nice, y'all. Yeah, because the slower you go, the more you're going to hold on to. The faster you go, the more is going to pull away. Reach the right leg straight back, step it through, lunge. Spin the back heel, walk the hands to the inside of that right foot, root the thigh back. So stick your butt back on the left side to the wall with the bricks. Climb the elbow to the knee. Bring that arm in front, plug it in, the left arm. Sweep the bicep up along the cheek, come into Utthita Parsva Konasana, extended side angle. So the front heel's in line with the back arch. The back toes are slightly turned forward a little bit. Keep rooting that thigh back. Keep sticking your butt back. Yeah, your butt back, like you're sticking your butt back. That, yeah. See this go back? Now hold the thigh there. Now we're stretching the inside of the right thigh, the adductors. So we got to hold the root. Now we're going to start to open the inside by either sit bone to heel, or heel sweeps to the wall over here, and the knee's going to widen out. Maybe take the right hand to the block or the floor. Yes. One more breath. Push into that front heel. Inhale. Come up, warrior two. Push the front leg straight. Get nice and tall. Hinge at the right side of the hip. Triangle, Trikonasana. We're in one of those moments when we're linking stuff together, right? Shit's getting a little hard. It's getting challenging. Let it be hard. Let it be challenging, right? That's the moment. Stay with your breath. Foundation, engagement, express the best that you can. Maybe even look up here. One more breath. Inhale, come up nice and tall. Bend into that lead knee, warrior two. Spin the hands down to the floor. Spin the back heel up, downward dog. Take a breath. Here we go. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through. Lunge. Spin the back heel down. Walk the hands to the inside of the left foot. Stick your butt back so your right butt cheek is reaching back towards the wall with the window and the door. When you root the thigh back, climb the elbow to the knee. When the elbow roots, bring the right arm in front, plug it in, sweep the bicep up along the cheek, right? We're building. Every time we make another level, we make it solid and we build upon it. Maybe the hand goes down to the block or the floor. Maybe we pull the belly in and the shutter's closed, so we connect to the core. Now we rotate open. Top of the ribs go back, bottom of the ribs go forward, but don't let the thigh and the hip go with it. One more breath. Push into the front heel. Inhale, come up, nice and tall. Push the front leg straight. Side body's long. Hinge at the left side of the hip, Trikonasana, side two. Hand to the inside of the foot, a little more accessible. To the back of the foot, a little more challenging. Keep that right ear lifting up to the sky. Don't let the left ear fall to the floor. Spread the fingers, maybe look up. Push into that front heel. Come up tall. Bend into the lead knee, warrior two. Take a breath. Look right over that middle finger. Spin the hands down to the floor. Spin that back heel up, downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. Beautiful, crew. Right? One of those moments when we're muscling up a little bit. And then from downward dog, exhale, lower your knees, sit back on your heels, Vajrasana, child's pose, grab a drink, wipe your face, and then here's the balance, right? We take a quick little break. If you want to chill, you could always go Yana Mudra, where your thumb and your pointer finger touch, and then you take the heel of your hand at the crease of your thigh, and your fingers drape over your thigh. And this is just like a little space that we can chill in. If you want to just sit here, eyes open, great. You want to grab a drink, same great. Whatever feels good. But just check in now, right? There's those intentions that we set for class. Like, where have we been? Where are we now? Where do we want to go? And then when you're ready, inhale, open the eyes, come all the way up. Exhale, hands down, all fours, hands and knees. Take a breath. When you're ready, step back to plank. And back to downward dog. Pedal, swivel, wiggle a little bit, just start to rev the engine back up. Come to neutral. Take the right hand to the outside of the left calf or shin. Take the twist here in that downward dog. Inhale, unwind. Right hand down, take a breath. Left hand to the outside of that left shin or calf. Yeah. Start peeking underneath that right arm. Inhale, unwind. Place the hand down. Look forward, bend your knees, step or jump between your hands, swing your arms up, big reach. Sit back chair pose, Utkatasana. Belly in. Sit bones should go down here. Your butt doesn't go to the sky here, it goes down. So you should feel that they're anchoring here with these hamstrings. You kind of know what we're about to do. We're going for the whole thing. Right hand across the body, the outside of that left thigh. Hands meet Anjali Mudra. You want to extend it, feel free. Inhale, come back to center. Sit back deep. Left hand across the body. Bring it to the outside of the thigh. Push the hands together. Start to open. Maybe extend wherever you want to go. Inhale, come back to center. Sit back nice and deep. Hug the beach ball between the forearms. Sit back deep. Pull that belly in. Pull those shutters. Sit back deep. Push down, rise up. Exhale, fold. Stay with it. Inhale, look forward. Stay with the breath. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Place the hands. Step or jump back. Downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. Yeah. Reach the right leg straight back, step it through, lunge. We're going to go to wide-legged forward fold. So you're going to spin the back heel down and the front toes towards this wall with the window and the door as you walk your hands towards what is now like the middle of your mat, right? It was the side, now it's the front. So you're going to walk towards the middle. Balance the weight in the feet. Have the feet parallel like train tracks. So you want to sweep the inner heels out and you want to pull the big toe mounds in. And that'll make the feet parallel to one another. Balance the weight from the heel into the ball of the foot. If we're too heavy back, our butt's way behind our heels. If we're too heavy forward, right, our hips are in front of our feet. We want everything to be neutral. Now inhale, look forward, walk the hands out in front of you. Yep. Keep the right hand down, draw the left elbow back. Maybe take the twist. Inhale, come back to center. Pause. Swap the hands. Keep the power in the legs. Yes, freedom in the spine in the twist. Inhale, come back to center. Next inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold nice and deep. Next inhale, as you look forward, walk your hands towards that right foot. Spin the toes forward and the back heel up. Step back, downward dog. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through. Lunge. Side two. So spin the back heel down, toes towards the bricks. Walk your hands to the middle of your mat. Inhale, look forward. Get that spine nice and long. Exhale, fold. You want to work the twist. You're going to walk your left hand towards your right foot. You're going to take your hand and you're going to turn the palm forward. And you're going to reach from the back of your leg to the outside. The right elbow is going to start to lift up to the sky, and you're going to start to twist underneath and peek up towards the sky underneath that right elbow. Inhale, come back to center, soften down the middle. Walk towards that front foot. You're going to take that right hand. You're going to turn the palm forward so the thumb's down to the back of the leg. Then you're going to take the elbow on that left side. You could even go to fingertips. Get taller here. Now you can start to peek underneath as you take the twist. Yeah, flare the arm if you want. Inhale, come back to center. Next inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Next inhale, as you look forward, walk your hands towards that left foot, spin the toes forward and the back heel up, downward dog. It's funny, we were just poo-pooing that yesterday.
What?
We were just poo-pooing that pose yesterday. Roll to the outside of the right foot, stack the left foot on top or in front. Come into side plank. Turn the bicep forward. Yeah, now you got the friends in the game. Push out of the big toe mounds. Here we go. You want to play? Lift that left leg. Lead with the outer heel. Exhale, lower it. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, lower it. One more. Take it up. Keep leading with the outer heel. Lower it down. Next inhale, come back to plank. Push back, downward dog. Take a big breath here. Roll to the outside of the left foot. Stack the right foot on top or in front. Turn the bicep forward to get everything rooted. Pull the belly in. Pull the shutters. Yeah. Push out of the big toe mounds. Then if you want to play, spread the toes, right? So you're activating the foot. Then lift that right leg up. So we don't want to turn the toes to the ceiling. So lead with the heel. That outer heel. And then lower it down. 2 more. Take it up. Lower it down. Last one. And then inhale, come back to plank. Push back, downward dog. Stay with us. Inhale, come forward to plank. 10 nice breaths. No pants. No panting. Oh, I keep saying that. I keep saying that, no pants, and I forget. Yeah. No pants is like a Saturday night thing. I don't know. It's a Saturday day. We're fully clothed and we're doing our yoga. Yeah. Just no heavy breathing. Then after your 10 breaths, you're going to slowly lower to your bellies. Yep. Take your hands underneath your head. Just turn your head to one side. Take a couple breaths. Chill a little bit. You could do butt wiggles. Inhale your head to center. Swap the hands. Turn your head to the other side. And then come back to center. Roll to your right hip, bend your knees in front of you, bring your hand underneath your head like you're watching TV on the floor. Yep, knees in front. Bend. Both. All right, now you're going to take your left hand to the inside of your knee, but the outside of your foot. You're going to kick your foot towards the wall with the window and the door. Now you're going to take it towards the sky. Now, sweep the right heel into the floor. It's going to try to turn up on you. Sweep it into the mat. You're okay if I demo on you here, right? So what's trying to happen here is the outside of the thighs hugging into the ribs. So we got to get a little external rotation here. So that's internal. Go this way. Yeah. See, now when we go this way, see the space starting to open up here? Now we can breathe. This is below the waist. Now we can breathe above the waist and start opening this up. Yep. You feel how it's not crunching here anymore? That's what we're looking for. One more breath. Bend the knee. Inhale, come back to center. Swap side 2. Just roll over to side 2. We'll talk through together. Just roll over, knees in front. Take a couple breaths. Right hand goes to the inside of the knee, but the outside of the foot. Kick to the bricks first, then start to open the leg up towards the sky. Keep a micro bend in the knee. I see a little hyperextension in his knees. Hold this side. Yeah. Now keep the out seams going forward. External rotation. We don't talk about external rotation a lot, right? But that's the idea. That's the out seam coming forward or hooking towards like the back of the room. And then breathe above the waist. There we go. You could also, we talked about this a few weeks ago. You could technically sweep the heel in and it would create external rotation. But remember, there's 2 joints there. So really we're trying to control the femur. Yeah, we can initiate it from here, but ultimately this is what we're trying to move. And then bend the knee, come back to center, place the hands middle of your chest. Curl your toes. Charge those legs up. Take those shoulders back. Fire up that core. Push up the chaturanga. Yes. Push up the plank. Yes. Push back downward dog. Nice, y'all. Let's put those together. Roll to the outside of the right foot, stack the left foot on top or in front. Come to side plank. Now, you want to play with the core in side plank, stack your left hip up on top of your right. You want to go to Vashisthasana, hug your left knee to your chest, fingers between your toes, or you're going to hold your knee, take the leg out, then reach it up towards the sky. Or we're here. Yep. Release the leg. Inhale, come back to center. Push back, downward dog. Take a breath. Roll to the outside of the left foot. Stack the right foot on top or in front. Turn the bicep forward. Root into the legs and the hips. You want to go to Vashi, right knee to your chest. Fingers between the toes. Kick the leg to the wall, then take it to the sky, or you're holding the bent knee. Be another option as you're working a little further. One more breath. Release the leg. Inhale, come back to center. Push back, downward dog. We need a quad stretch, don't we? Inhale, come forward. Exhale, slowly lower to your bellies. Take your right hand underneath your chest. Left hand reaches back to that left bent knee for the quad stretch. And we'll just hit the floor a little bit so you can kind of recoup a touch. Belly to spine, pubic bone to the yoga mat, like junk into the yoga mat. That's neutral pelvis. Then the heel can draw to the sit bone. To clear your lumbar spine all the way, you bring your forehead to your forearm. You want to stay up in that prep version, that's okay. But if you're feeling this in your low back, because those are the muscles that are stretching and putting tension into the front of the pelvis, just lower your forehead all the way down. Watch the buoying as you release. Swap side 2. Remember, there's an action to the front arm. The action is just like Cobra, where you're dragging the forearm back to the waist. And as you pull back, then this pulls forward. So we make more space here. So you want to work that front arm like a lot. And then belly to spine, pubic bone or junk to the mat, sit bones to the backs of the knees, however you want to think of neutralizing your pelvis. It's just not butt to the sky, sit bones to the sky, right? It's the other way. And then as the heel draws to that sit bone, you keep deepening that quad stretch. But it's really the pelvic neutrality that deepens that's the belly button and the sit bones or the pubic, whatever we're doing. That's really where it's getting good. Watch the buoying as you release. Place the hands. Curl the toes. Charge the core. Let's try it again. Push up the chaturanga. Take a breath. Push up the plank. Take a breath. Push back, downward dog. You got to pull on that belly. Yeah. So exhale, lower your knees. Sit back on your heels. Vajrasana. So the question was, how do you not drop your waist when you're coming back up, right? It's the same way you don't drop it when you're going into chaturanga. It's a little more challenging because you're going up, right? You got a nice assist, gravity, right, on the way down. On the way up, you're fighting that assist. The idea is to work the bottom of the pelvis, so the sit bones or the pubic bone, however you look. Pubic bone will be like the front of your pelvis. The sit bones will be the back. But what has to happen is, like when I go down into chaturanga, I got to, see, this wants to happen to me. So I got to go belly button and I got to go sit bones this way. Now, that's too much, right? Just like that's not enough. So when I go down, I got to be here. I got to lengthen those sit bones down so that I can hold, see how I'm here? I can hold that space. Now, it's the same thing when I come up. When I set myself up here, I got to be belly, shoulders back, legs are charged. And when I come up, see, I got to go this way. Boop. I'm still hitting that to try to get this to puff up. because then when my lumbar spine puffs up, my belly's super active, and now all of a sudden the shelf's underneath to hold all this shit up, right? And now I can start to come up. That's kind of the play. You want to try it? Well, we're doing it now. I know I presented that as like a question, but it was kind of like, all right, come on. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands down, all fours. We're going to try it both ways. So, step back to plank. Make your way back to downward dog. So, here we go. Inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower, chaturanga. You okay with the touch, right? This way. This way. Keep your belly up. Yeah, keep lowering. Go ahead, lower your chest. Yes. Cobra, baby, cobra. Yes. You feel that? All right, now, from cobra, baby, cobra, just lower your chest and pause. Now, curl the toes. You're going to do the same thing, this when you come back up. Take a breath. Yes. Push up, chaturanga. That's a little more work in the arms and the chest. Push up the plank. Push back downward dog. You missed it, but then the comment was, well, now I'm stuck, right? The alignment was beautiful, but we're just stuck a little bit, right? Well, that's another element. That's the chest and the arms and the shoulders that we're going to work. Yeah. All right, reach the right leg straight back, step it through pigeon. But why do I do those things with you all the time? So we get stronger, right? I mean, I think all of y'all know my class is definitely very like muscle driven, muscle energy, right? Lots of strength. That's what we do. And then little by little, we just keep building. These look awesome. I know most of you want to fold, so work from the front foot. Hug the knees in, hug the shins in. Pull that pelvic floor up, and then fold into the pose. Bring this one up a little bit. Yeah. I heard those singing bowls been killing it.
Oh, good. That's good.
Dude, awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. I heard it's been great. And you have a workshop coming up with it, don't you? So make sure you say something at the end of class. Sometimes I get forgetful, but just remind me, and we'll get it out. Couple more breaths. All right, now pigeon was one of our poses, okay? So inhale, come up halfway. Take your left hand onto the ball of your right foot and push on it like a gas pedal. Yep, hug your knees in. Now lift your front knee up and move it back an inch or two. Now hug back in. Now lift your back knee up and move it back an inch or two. It's going to get real good. And now we're in the back of that hip even deeper. You want to fold, pull back in, fold into the pose. That's a good way to open up the pigeon, right? Without trying to like take your shin and keep pushing it up to the front of the mat. That's not going to work. So you just move back. Yeah. You can almost taste that glute med and piriformis, right? It's there. One more breath. Yeah. And then inhale, come up, place the hands. When you're ready, lift the hips, unwind that right leg, reach it back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Come forward, right knee to right elbow. Back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Come forward, right knee to the chin or the chest. Back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Come forward, left elbow across the body. Back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Exhale, lower it down. Reach the left leg straight back, step it through, pigeon side two. So start what feels comfortable. If you force your body into like this position that's beyond where it's going to feel comfortable, it's just going to lock itself down. You got to get it to that point. Remember, we can move the pose. We can deepen the posture as we let the body open up. It usually takes about 20 seconds or so for your body to get a release. In this type of stretching that we're doing, you'll get like usually 2. After that, is like restoratives, where you're hanging out for like a few minutes to get things to release. But in these type of postures, you'll get about 2 holds. The first one will take about 20 seconds, and then the second one will happen maybe in about 40 seconds or so. But you'll feel your body start to change. Then we can adjust the pose, and then we get another 20-second release, right? Because we're in a different place. But holding the same place will usually get you about 2 of those releases. These look awesome, y'all. Now, if you want to go further, you're going to inhale, come up halfway. The right hand goes onto the ball of the left foot. You push like a gas pedal. That's protecting your knee. Now, hug in, always in first. Then lift the knee, move it back an inch or 2 on the front. Hug back in. Lift the back knee, move it back an inch or 2, then place it down. Pull up from that pelvic floor through that crown chakra if you want to fold again. And now we're even deeper on the back of that hip, back of the leg. Keep the front of that thigh from the front of the back thigh from falling to the floor by dragging the back knee forward and keeping the sit bone or your butt cheek on the right side going back to the wall behind you. We don't want the front of the thigh collapsing to the floor in front of you. We want it lifting to where the ceiling and the wall meet behind you. One more breath. And then inhale, come up, place the hands. Good hold on that pigeon. Unwind that left leg, reach it back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. When you're ready, come forward, left knee to left elbow, back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Come forward, knee to chin or chest, back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Take it across the body. And back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Exhale, lower that left leg. Look forward, bend your knees, step or jump between your hands, swing your arms up, big reach. Maybe curl back. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands in front. Awesome, y'all. Grab your mats, find a spot on the wall. We'll go upside down. Use it all up. Come up here. Door. If you are going to do downward dog and L pose, you can work underneath the lights, the sconces there. You're going to kick up into handstand, headstand, tripod, pincha, something like that. Make sure you move away from the lights a little bit. Plenty of room. We'll get everybody up. No worries. If you're at home, you don't have the wall to kick up on, you can always lay on your mat. Knees are bent, feet are on the floor, and then interlace your hands behind your thigh and reach that heel up to the sky. Take a bunch of breaths, and then you can swap into side 2. If you are at home or in the studio, it's not your day to invert. You're always welcome to go legs up the wall or do a pose that feels good to you. Christine and Trina is now walking around, so they'll give you a hand in any of your inversions. If you want a hand going up or you need a little bit deeper understanding of what should be happening, grab them, call them over, right? They'll help you. Once I get everybody up, I'm going to talk everyone into downward dog and L pose, and then once I get everyone up, I'll be walking around as well. So feel free to grab us, okay? So if you're going to stick with me, we're going to go all fours, hands and knees, feet are touching the wall. If you're going to go on your own, whenever you're ready, all right? So with me, take a couple breaths from that all fours. Build up that low mountain. When you're ready, lift the knees and the hips, come to a short downward dog. Feel comfortable, step 1 foot up the wall, and then the 2nd foot up the wall. If the knees stay bent, you're in downward dog, invert it. If your legs are straight, you're in L pose. All right, when you go up into L pose, okay, when you go to put your feet on the wall, push your hands that way. Yeah.
and it's going to put all your weight this way, right?
Yeah.
Then when you push your weight this way, it's going to bring it all back that way. And you're going to meet here at the hips.
Yeah.
In yoga, they talk about focal points and all that. To me, it's always the hips.
Yeah.
The hips are the power, right? So use the hips to your advantage. Keep ripping your hands that way, and it'll push you back this way.
Okay.
Go slow, of course. But just like when I'm watching, that's all I see. Just as soon as you start pushing those hands, yeah. Yes. Yes. And all it should be meeting right here. Yeah. Make sense?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like we're already creating the energy anyway. We might as well keep pulling it in instead of letting it get out.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thighs back. So go belly button first. Bring your toes to me. Toes to me. Keep coming. Keep coming. Nice, y'all.
So I've never been able to kick up into handstands, and I don't know if it's like a physical thing I'm doing wrong or if it's like a psychological. I think it's psychological.
You want to show me?
Yeah.
Come on. Let's do it.
This is good from the wall.
Walk your feet, yep. Shoulders to the wrist crease. Now pick a spot on the mat. That's a little too far forward. Go a little bit, yeah. Because I feel you when you use your legs, you're gonna force your shoulders out. Now just pick a spot on the mat and stare at the whole entire time. Yep, and just keep staring. Keep staring the whole time. Now you're gonna step the one leg in a little bit further, you're gonna bend the knee. That's gonna be the kick leg. Yeah, now when you kick, you're gonna reach this heel up to the sky. Like so the hips and everything go up. Do it on an exhale. So as you exhale, yeah. Now kick that left heel to the sky. So the right one first and the left. Yeah. All right, now I'm gonna bring you up just to show you that you have the strength, okay? This is what I'm gonna do. You're not gonna kick, you're just gonna reach your leg back and you're gonna put your foot into my hand, right? Then you're gonna push your leg into my hand and we're gonna go up. You're gonna push down, we're gonna go up. Then I'm gonna grab the sides of your hips. You okay with that? Yeah. Okay. Don't kick, okay? Now, we're not gonna go up right away, just push down in me. You feel that? Keep pushing down. Push down, come on. Push down, push down, push down, push down, push down, push down. You good? You good? Okay, this is you. That's you. You good? Yes. Well, we're getting comfortable now. See, what we did there was just let your mind settle into it, right? So when I took you up, it's like, oh, no, wait, I'm strong enough. I got this. I can do this, right? Now you're going to feel more comfortable when you kick. So we're talking about kicking up. Don't think of your legs or your heels going to the ceiling. Think of your hips going up, right? So when I go to kick, I pick a spot that I'm going to stare at, like that, okay? And that's what I'm going to stare at when I go to kick. Then I walk forward, shoulders to wrist crease. I'm going to step one foot in. Now I take a breath. And when we take the inhale, we're filling up this kidney area right here, right? I'm getting nice and solid. I'm hitting the core. Then when I exhale, I'm kicking this heel up to the sky. That's extending the hip. We've done that a bunch today, right? This is where the power is going to be, not here, right? Look at the size of these things. Look at the size of these. There's a reason that these can hold you up, right? They're like 4 times the size of these. So you got to get all this into the game. So I set it up. When I'm ready, I step in, and now I'm going to exhale when I kick. And I'm going to shoot my hips up to the sky. Right? Belly's in, shutters close. Come on, give it a try if you want. Try that. We got about another minute or so. So think exhale.
It's not because I'm not flexible?
You just got to get this idea of this kick now and get these hips to go light. So just think hips to the ceiling. Kick more with that leg. Kick it. Yes. Yeah, exhale, kick. Yeah. So what it looks like,
What it looks like to me is that you just need to work the kick a little bit more. So what would be your prep would be like donkey kicks.
Oh, okay.
Right? And do a couple of those. That's two-legged, but you could do it one leg or just practice here. Just set yourself up and just practice here. It's like this close. All right, we ready for some back bends?
Urdhva chaturanga. Urdhva push-ups.
Sure. Okay. Let's meet on our backs. In the workshop, we're actually going to prep that all up. We're going to start from the floor and feel what it's like to hold all this and then build it up to that. So it'll be a little more like a class centered around.
Workshop, is that series?
It's just one. Yep, yep. All right, so we're gonna hit these back bends. We'll do two. We'll first do bridge, then we'll do wheel, and then we're gonna flare that wheel out with some Urdhva push-ups, okay? Since we're playing with that core today. So, let's start knees bent, feet are on the floor, they're hips width apart. We can be a hair wider, we just can't be any narrower. Sacrum is flat, so we're in neutral pelvis. Head and shoulders are back. Charge the legs up. So you're going to sweep the inner heels out, that shoots to the glutes. You're going to hug the shins in, that's the inner thighs, the adductors. You're going to pull your heels to your butt, that's your hamstrings. Keep the core, slowly lift the hips. Maybe take the shoulders under a little deeper here for bridge. You want to interlace your fingers behind your back? Go for it. But be careful, right? I tell you all the time, you're strong. Be careful you're not lifting your hips too much. You still got to have the thighs back here. So if you over squeeze your butt cheeks, if you go fifth gear, pedal to the metal, you're going to go too. In my practice, my glutes are only about like second gear when I do bridge. But that's me in my practice, right? Where do you need to be in it? Now we express the pose. So we reach the knees forward. We reach the upper palate of the mouth back so the throat opens up. Then stay engaged as you slowly lower down. Take the feet wide, let the knees touch. One hand on your heart, one hand on your low belly. All right, number two, inhale, open the knees, reset the feet, bring the arms back along the sides, start nice and neutral. Charge the legs, fire the core. When you're ready, slowly lift the hips. You're going to go into bridge, interlacing the hands, swap if the left one was under, right hand. If you're going to go to wheel, place your hands wide to the edges of the mat, turn the hands out. Plug the shoulders back. Push down to come up. Now, keep the power in the legs. Back bends, 90% legs, 10% back bend. So work the power in the legs. If you want to do Urdhva push-ups, bend your elbows, lower your head to the mat, push back up. Keep plugging the shoulders back. Lower your head to the mat, push back up. Let's get 3. Maybe let's get 5. Maybe let's get 7. Keep sweeping your heels out. Sweep your heels out. Pull your big toe mounds in. Yep, keep pulling the big toe mounds in so the feet square. Yeah. And then when you're ready, slowly lower down. Take the feet wide. Let the knees touch. If the right hand was on the heart, the left hand's on the heart. The opposite hand's on the low belly. And then from here, windshield wiper the knees side to side. You can bring the hands to cactus or like a field goal. Next time they fall to the right, let them settle there. Pull the right heel to the left heel to left sit bone. There's the quad stretch. If you want to go ankle over knee, you know you always can. Stay with that belly and stay with those shutters closed. If the ankle's there, release it. Inhale, come back to center. Let the knees fall to the left or whatever your side 2 is. And then we're going to go right sit bone to right heel, or opposite heel to the sit bone, whatever side you're on. And then if you want to cross the ankle, you can. Couple more breaths. And then release the ankle if it's there. Inhale the knees to center. Take the legs out straight, reach the arms up overhead, take a big stretch. Did someone ask for a seated posture? Did someone ask for a seated posture? Hug those knees to your chest. Give yourself a little hug or make a couple small circles. Bless you. Come to neutral. Rock yourself up to a seated position. Take your legs wide. You want to hug the big toe mounds in because the feet want to do this. So we're going to go this way. You should see your kneecaps pointing straight up to the sky, your toes pointing straight up to the sky. Inhale the arms up. Take that little twist towards the left leg, fold down the inside. What's this like on that hamstring? This is what we talked about earlier. Yeah.
If you're getting unrooted on this side, is it better just to not reach as far?
Yeah, because you want to keep rooting down into that right sit bone. It's going to try to peel like this, right? You got to root this down. That's below the waist, so make the space now above the waist. Then start to fold into it. Inhale, come up nice and tall. Take a breath. Twist towards that right leg. Fold to the inside of the leg. Yeah, feel this sit bone try to peel up on that left side. Root back down into it. Breathe up above the waist. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands in front. Keep your right leg out, bend your left knee. It'll be more accessible to the inside of the thigh. It will be more challenging if the heel is at the pubic bone. This will be wider. This will be a little narrower. Reach down, turn the thigh in, pull the sit bones out. So you can see my kneecap and my toes are straight up again. Inhale, take the arms up. Twist towards that right leg, fold to the inside of the leg. Take your left hand, turn the palm forward, and the thumb goes to the outside of the foot. Your right hand goes underneath that left arm with the thumb down to the big toe mound side of the foot. Or the strap is here. Then we take the elbows up to the sky and we start to twist under as we look underneath that left elbow.
Does this elbow land somewhere or just kind of?
It might be bent a little more. Yeah. You okay with the touch?
Yeah.
Root this way. There. Now breathe this up this way. Killing this. Now open this up this way. Yeah. But keep rooting this down. You feel how this wants to go with you?
Yeah.
One more breath. Inhale, come up tall. Exhale, hands in front. Reach that, whatever your leg that's bent out, and then we're going to swap side too. So what we were talking about a little bit was rooting down into the foundation, the sit bone. Then because it wants to peel up, right? But when we root it down, now we could get this to peel up more because we got something to pull against, right? And then we can get a little more space, which will make the twist a little more accessible. Let's try Janu Sirsasana side 2. So whatever your side 2 is, set it up. Inhale, get nice and tall. Twist towards that left leg or whatever your side 2 is. Fold down the inside of the leg. Now the twist goes right hand, palm forward to the pinky toe side. Yep. Left hand underneath the right with the thumb down. Then the elbow goes towards the sky. See this one, Beck? See how I'm coming this way? I'm trying to open them up. Yeah. So think of like that left elbow down, right elbow up. There's this, yeah. So now you start peeking underneath your arms.
It's like I lost the grip here.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the play, right? Yeah. See, here's what we were talking about. If we root this down, go slow. Now we can breathe this up. Go slow, go slow. Keep going up, 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 up. See, now we're up. Look at this, look at this. Now rotate, go slow. Look at that. Dude, that's a lot of space, right? A micron is a shit ton of space in this situation. And then stay controlled as you release. Inhale, come up. Take both legs out wide as the hands come in front. Then bring the heels together, lay on your backs. You're welcome, thank you. If only you can have somebody that stands by you, right? And like, hold shit down once in a while. There was a time in yoga when we touched each other. So someone would be like, I'll root your thigh down for you, right? You know, post-COVID, no one touches. It's like, ah. But we're going to try to bring it back, maybe. All right. Take the legs out straight, reach the arms up overhead, take that big stretch, feel all that space you just made, and then hug those knees to your chest, take the knees wide, final pose, Happy Baby Ananda Balasana. Keep those knees wide, wider than your shoulders. If you feel like your butt's flying up to the sky, let go of your feet and just hold like the outsides of your shins or the outsides of your knees. That'll really let you take your knees wider than your shoulders, and you can root your sit bones down towards like they're moving to the floor, so the sacrum gets nice and flat. Then you can draw the knees towards your ears, and you'll get a stretch in the back of the hip and in the inside of the thighs. And then you can reach one leg out or both legs out, or you can rock side to side or whatever feels good. And when you're ready, inhale the knees to center, exhale the legs out straight. We'll take Shavasana. Beautiful practice, crew. Feel free to add or remove layers or props. I'll talk everyone through laying flat, but you're more than welcome to do a variation if you like. Here, as the legs reach out and the feet gently roll open. Let the arms come along the sides. As the palms turn open to the sky, you'll feel the shoulders settle back. And feel the head rest back. Maybe let the eyes close. Allow the tongue to soften from the roof of the mouth. We let the body get heavy. The mind softens as it turns back to the breath. The heart opens. We get ready to move the yoga to the yoga of life, the practice of life.
On the mat, it teaches us how to stay with our breath, how to set those foundations, how to engage, and how to express ourselves. And as we now step to the yoga of life, same rules apply. We still have to take that breath, and we still have to set a foundation. We still have to engage. So when we do express, it's the best that we can be in that moment. Does that mean perfect? No. What it means is with each breath, there's going to be a new opportunity. So we can always reach for something a little bit more, a little bit better, a little more in tune, a little more in the flow. To be in the flow, Anusara. Begin here to draw in a deeper breath. Feel the breath washing over the body from the fingers to the toes, to the crown of the head, through the heart, reawakening that better version of yourself. As the fingers and the toes wiggle, let the arms and the legs stretch or reach, move in a way that feels good to you. Taking your time, moving slowly, consciously. Body continues to move. We're deepening that connection. Arms and the legs reach, stretch. When you're ready, the knees hug to the chest and you roll to the right side. Maybe the hands go underneath the head and you make a little pillow. You take a few breaths as you reacclimate. Taking your time, moving slowly. When you're ready, you can push your hands down, come up to a seated position. We'll meet together with our eyes closed and our hands in front of our hearts. The place we started, the place we practice, the place we finish. And how we always move the yoga from the mat to the steps of our heart, to the steps of our life, with our full and open, empowered, strengthened heart. One more time together to seal in our practice. Together, the sound of Om. Deep breath in. Beautiful. As we softly bow our head to our hearts, our heads to each other's hearts. For all of that hard work and that determination, that challenge, the love and the support you always give each other, it's to you that I bow. Namaste. Thanks, crew. Good to see everyone. Thank you, Trina. Thank you, Christine. You know, if you have any questions, grab us before you go. Something feels weird in your body, definitely get me before you go. My workshop is on June 14th. So if you want to check it out, you need any information on it, grab me. Elizabeth, workshop coming up.
Thank you. Next Sunday at, I think, 6:45. It's an hour-long, simply workshop. It's just a sound bath. So hour-long Shavasana is part of your membership. Come and relax. And it's okay if you fall asleep, right? It's a welcome thing.
When is the question about like how to like?
It's a sound bath. You lay in Shavasana.
Next Sunday.
Next Sunday, 6:45. I would love to.
Super fun.
Yeah.
She's done it in class a couple times at the end. Super fun. Yeah, check it out. I seen you messing with your shoulder. What's going on?
I've always
It looks like it's pulling forward.
I have natural instability there because I tore my glenoid labrum and it's just like.
Is that what
years
that
ago,
scar
it's
is?
always it's always been like less stable. But a question more about like how to like protect it and make sure like you're not pulling it.
It looks to me like it's coming from the bicep.
The bicep.
That's why it's kind of doing this.
Winging's coming from the bicep.
It looks like